All right, everybody. I was going to make sure it's working. Why does my live say waiting for Sport and Icons? What do you mean it's waiting? I'm bloody live. Let me try again.
Your torn backpack.
Get there. All right, we're live. That's good. Let me listen. Okay. 1 second, guys. I'm just going to share it. I forgot to share it, didn't I? Copy link. I'm live, not love. Paste. You can hear me? Excellent stuff. Thank you for coming in. I don't usually do lives, so I thought, you know what, why not? I've got a bit of free time today, this evening. It's either that or I was tempted to watch Newcastle play Leicester today, but... Anyway, who's in there? Tyson Fury? Bill Mega, Kai Johnson, Ryan Waterson, Sylvester Salmoa, 2011. Salute. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Tyson says, I'm fighting Mohammed Chinless Char. Wouldn't surprise me. Did you all see how he's over there in Australia for Joseph Parker's fight this weekend, which is good for him to go out there and support his pal. Very close, them two, aren't they? But Tyson Fury says how he's going to have his next fight in Australia. He's going to spend the next few days going up and down the country, checking out the stadiums and all that. Tyson Fury, a stadium fighter in Australia. Really? Honestly, I mean, Joseph Parker, he could be fighting in Timbuktu this weekend. Tyson Fury go out there and say, I'm going to have my next fight here in Timbuktu. I want to go up and down the country looking at stadiums. This guy, man. What's the matter with him? What Aussies do Top Rank or Queensbury have Fury could fight? None. Hello, mate. Proper Rural. What's up? Cam, good to see you too. Hope you're well. As 95i, howdy. Kai Johnson, as I'm working towards becoming a sports writer and have been writing in spare time, would you at all consider doing a video on an article I have written? Could I send an email? Depends what it is. My mate. If it's boxing related and if it's good, why not? Everyone is sick of Furies. Yep, they are. And you know what? I wonder about Tyson, whether or not he feels the pressure of being somewhat of a celebrity, because he's got like a little bit of a cult following at the minute. And maybe he feels a little bit of pressure to live up to what he perceives as their expectations. So he comes out with absolute garbage. He lies all the time and whatever else. I mean, he just comes up with some absolute nonsense. He really does. Craig Hutchinson saying Fury lost his British fans and lost his American fans. Seems reasonable to move him to a penal colony. Ooh. Now I'm spreading lies like Jack Jones. He spreads his cheeks for me and fight in Australia unless I get 100 million. Oh, I'll tell you, man. This guy. Honestly, I'm at the point now, and I think a lot of you will share my enthusiasm when it comes to Tyson Fury. He's an exceptional boxer. He really is. But the things that he says, the things that he does, and the fights that he don't take annoys people. And if you want to go fight in Australia next, go right ahead. If you want, why don't you move out there? Why don't you set your IP address so only people in Australia can see your social media as well? That'd be great. We have to listen and see his crap. Hello to the wonderful people of Australia. Oh, they don't know what they're in for, do they? They don't know what they do. He's an embarrassment. Shame, though, as he's so talented. Yeah, exactly. He is. He's a super talent. He's just an absolute helmet. If an undisputed world champion was making a voluntary defense of the 4 championship belts to the voluntary opponent, need to be ranked in the top 15 of all sanctioning bodies. No. No. They can just choose one of the sanctioning bodies. They can choose anybody in any of their top 15 in any of the sanctioning bodies. So no. Good question though. So one fighter does not have to be ranked in the top 15 of all 4 organizations. Doesn't have to be. Okay, so a few of you are coming in now. So if I end up missing some comments, I apologize. Just repeat it. Okay, and hopefully I'll catch it on the next wave coming through. Yeah, I know. I was going to, but with my wife and my son not being here this evening because he's got another hospital visit tomorrow morning, so my wife's spending the night in Leeds in a hotel and that. So I thought, you know what, I've got like a bit of free time. I'll do this because I don't often get free time. I could do this or watch football. I really want to watch football, but I've got my phone here with me for the permanent updates, so it's all good. Thank you very much, Chuck. Hope you're good. Thank you, Roo. First time I've seen you live. Big salute from Sweden. How are you, champ? Oh, good. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's not often I do live. I used to do lives a lot. I used to do them every couple of days. But then they changed all the things because I used to use like OBS and things like that. But then YouTube changed some bits so you could no longer use it. Or if, there probably is a way, but I can't figure it out. So I'm left with Livestream, this StreamYard thing, which I don't like because on the other one, on the OBS and that, I could use images in the background and filter through them and show them as I do in the live stream. On this, I'm down to a basic live like this, and it's boring. Where are the Fury fanboys? It's probably past their bedtime. Yo, what's up? Hope you're good. The majority of these phrases, apart from the screaming and swearing, are complete. Yeah, you know they are. You know they are. Where's Film Me Button? Film Me Butt. Can I spar Stephen USR Robinson and you film it? Yep, but you're going to have to call him Disney Jargo now. Because of the whole conflict over there, that gimmick that he never wanted anyway. He never wanted the USSR tag, but it's kind of put on him. So now he's got the excuse not to use that anymore. Now he's going with the Disney Jargo. Are there any Fury fanboys left? Well, I mean, his reputation's in the mud, isn't it? Unfortunately. But as I said, he's a fantastic boxer, and I think he's actually a really genuinely nice guy. And one of my good friends in Thomas Patrick Ward is very close with Tyson, and he says that Tyson's a really good guy. He's really down to earth. He's really humble. He is. So obviously he sees a side to him that the rest of us don't. I mean, I do wonder if you put a camera on him and this alter ego just turns out. He's like Deontay Wilder 2.0, isn't he? That's what he is. What Olympic medalist was Stephen Robinson off to fight with? You said in your latest video. I'm not allowed to say because should he beat Franklin Ignatius on the 24th of June here at the local arena, at the virtual arena just down the road from me, if he beats that undefeated guy, Franklin Ignatius, so that'd be 2 undefeated prospects in a row Stephen would have beaten, and then maybe this fight will turn out. But boxing beats and rhymes, my man, my bro. Hope you're all good. What's happening with Josh Kelly and Wasserman? Well, Josh Kelly, he's fighting a guy who's 18-0, so that's on the June 24th. As I said, at the virtual arena just down the road from me. It's only a small arena. It only holds about 4,000, something like that, maybe 4,500. So yeah, Josh Kelly will be in the main event. That one. Stephen Robinson will take on Franklin Ignatius on that one. Luke Cope, good fighter. He's been on there. And Ben Marsby's going to be on there. There's some pretty good fighters on there. And I'm meant to be interviewing Kalle Onissa this week. I spoke with him on, was it Friday? Yeah, I think it's Friday. No, Friday. I spoke with him on Friday. And they'll do a podcast with me this week to go through like the whole card and everything. So, will Lima ever trust you as judges again? Bad. Listen, I'm going to get into that whole fight thing. That's tedious for me now. I'll give him my thoughts. I'll give him my thing that I felt Loma won the fight. But if anybody else thinks that Haney won the fight, that's cool. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Most of the phrases, apart from screaming and swearing, are completely ripped off from Muhammad Ali 50. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'll see Robinson. Hey, right. So, can I put it? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put it out there. I shouldn't. But Stephen said that he wants to fight Solomon Dakers for the English title, right? And after a little while, Matchroom got in contact. Do you want to fight Solomon Dakers? He went, yep. They went, okay, for this money. He went, yep. Solomon Dakers bottled it. So what can you do? But maybe he's bottled it. Maybe I'm using a strong word here. Maybe he's going to be fighting Fabio next. Maybe. Why not Channel 5? Well, apparently Wasserman, they still have a deal with Channel 5. It's just that this one's going to be on DAZN. So I'm still waiting to find out the official answer. I was hoping to have that podcast with the Sauerlands a couple of days ago, but that didn't happen. So now I've got to wait for this week to ask that question. So, but I'm glad it's going to be on DAZN from one sense, because at least we get to watch the entire show. Or well, I say we, obviously I'm going to be there, but people get to watch the entire show. Whereas on Channel 5, you only get to watch like the main event, and maybe the fight beforehand is bad, really bad. Big up, Craig. Salute Boots. Yep, absolutely. Big up, Toby. Caden Ward. What do you think happens with Joshua and Wilder? I think Joshua outboxes him and stops him between 10 and 12. It's difficult. A couple of years ago, I'd say Joshua will smoke him in 3 or 4 rounds. Now, I think Joshua will smoke him in 3 or 4 rounds. How do you score the Katie Taylor fight Saturday? Personally, I thought Chantel won comfortably. I want to say comfortably. First half of the fight was definitely Chantel. Second half of the fight was Katie, but Chantel nicked one of those rounds. So for me, I think Chantel won probably by 1 or 2 rounds. Yeah. I'll get by fast question you don't like because you've been trigger happy with block buttons in the past. I don't block people. You must have me confused with someone else, Flow State. Yeah, exactly. I think that the whole card's important, isn't it? I mean, okay, so it's nice that some fight cards are on YouTube and that, okay, but it's so much better on TV, isn't it? It really is. Dillian Whyte, what's going on? You tell me. Last time I spoke with Dillian, he was quite annoyed by it, and this was a few weeks ago. He's quite annoyed about what's going on. So, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Because the drive swerve. Yeah, but I mean, there again, it depends on why he swerved it. If he's going to be fighting Fabio for the British, fair dues, fair enough. But it annoys me a little bit that they kind of offer the fight, offer the terms, offer the money, everything's accepted. Then he pulls out, apparently. So, people speculate Fury's piping. You're now not to twist into thinking Usyk don't want it when Usyk has mandatory talks coming up. Yeah, exactly. On Thursday, Alexander Usyk's got that purse bid with Dan Dubois. Will Dan Dubois go through with it? I like to think so. So we like about Dan Dubois, but I think Dan Dubois is one of these people who will fight anyone. Win, lose, or draw, he'll turn up. He's got gum shield, he's got gloves, he's got shorts, he's got boots, he'll turn up. But if he pulls out for any reason, then would Wilder then not fight Joshua in order to fight Usyk now? It's going to be interesting. Icons, who do you see winning if Haney fights Gervonta Davis? Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney beats Gervonta Davis. I like Gervonta Davis. I think he's one of the most naturally talented fighters on the planet. But there's something about him I think is a loss waiting to happen. Which is why he doesn't fight all like the top guys all the time. But hey, who knows? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm okay to be wrong on that. Jack Jonesy, Fury can't get anyone to fight him. Wilder knocks Joshua out in 2 rounds. Jack Jonesy, you are a plum. Simple as that. Channel 5 should try and incorporate some of the Misfits content to their platform back on the map. Were they possible? Well, I mean, DAZN own all rights to the Misfits. I mean, obviously you've got Misfits on DAZN, which is Calisowland, but Channel 5 is Sowlands and Wasserman. So I don't think Channel 5 can incorporate it. I mean, maybe they could work out some kind of deal where maybe they show a couple of fights. I don't know. London Essex in the house. Big up. Big up. Wilder ain't the most durable, so even a gun-shy AJ might be able to put Wilder away. Wilder ain't, yeah. Wilder has never been great on the whiskers. He's never been great on the whiskers. We've seen him rocked by Harold Scornier in his 13th fight, in his 11th fight, I think it was, against Dustin Nichols. He was down, sat on the bottom rope, and the referee didn't count it. We've seen him on Bambi legs, rocked all over the place by school teacher Eric Molina. Johan Duapa, if I can say his name right, had Wilder all over the place, and Artis Booker schooled him. So, yeah. What's your opinion? Do you think AJ is gun shy since the Ruiz fight? By that I mean he's lost his aggression, as you blocked one of my other channels for literally nothing. I wouldn't block anybody for nothing. That wouldn't happen. What's your other channel? Why do you have multiple channels? That's a bit weird. Oh, sorry, I didn't actually answer the question, did I? Sorry. Is AJ gun shy? I think he's more apprehensive, which is what it's trying to go. Before the Ruiz fight, Anthony Joshua was mowing through people, weren't he? Okay, he was knocking people out, exciting fights, all that kind of stuff, and people were saying he's got no ability, he can't box, all that kind of stuff. He just hits them, and then that's it. So now he's incorporating the boxing side to it, which is what he should have done to start with. People are now saying he's gun shy. So is he gun shy? I don't know. I don't know if he's gun shy. Maybe. Well, I don't think he's afraid of necessarily hitting an opponent, but maybe afraid of getting clipped back. And he's got those demons, and sometimes those demons are good. I mean, if you look at Tyson, he's got demons. He's been down on the deck quite a few times. Is there at least one fanboy left? Jack Jonesy. If you like the channel, I think you're not a guy, but biased, which we all are. Yeah, we are. Of course we are. We're all biased. Boxing Blues. Big up beats indeed. Big up boxing beats and rhymes. Gimme, please like Blockbusters. Blockbusters. I used to watch that as a kid. Back in the late 80s, early 90s. Give the B, please, Bob. Yeah, exactly. It's got nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. Go for it. I think Dubois just changed trainers. Can't see pull out. Yeah. I mean, now he's with Don Charles. I don't know what I think about that. If Don Charles. I mean, Don Charles is a good coach. I'm not saying he's not. But I don't know. I mean, he's had. Well, I can only think of his heavyweights, Derek Chisora and George Fox. And yeah, I don't know. I think Eddie may be looking to cash out AJ. I don't know. But there again, you could say he's been looking to cash out AJ ever since the Dillian Whyte fight. Eddie Hearn's making a lot of money on Anthony Joshua ever since, isn't he? That is exciting. Absolutely, he is. Absolutely, he is. Joshua will not fight Wilder. It will never happen. Oh, yeah. And if it does, you will totally forget that you said this, won't you? Jack Plum Jonesy. Ooh. Wilder beats AJ in 3 rounds, just my opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. Why not? Give it 2 years, and Anderson beats all the current heavyweights. Yeah, maybe. Jared Anderson's looking real good, though, isn't he? He's looking real good. I like him a lot. And I like his next fight. Is it still on? Sam Kosabuski. That's a real tough fight for him. If he can get through that one, big up. And he's been guarded the right way. You've got more plums than Usyk and Joshua. I've got more plums than Usyk and Joshua combined. Probably more plums in your mouth. While I've turned down AJ when he had all the belts to fight Fury a second time, that is a duck. Absolutely. It is. Wilder ran away turned down 100 million to go get his ass handed to him by Tyson Fury. Wilder couldn't do 2 rounds with his costume. No, he couldn't. AK Super Dope, what's up? Big up Sporting Icons, been a while, but back on it. Yes, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, Jaden. Oh, no, Jaden. The guy with a dummy in his mouth. Do I see that dummy? He's got a dummy in his mouth. He's one of them people who he's with a girl and he has to put on nappies, like diapers if you're from America. He's one of those kind of ones and sleeps in a car. Yep, there you go. Absolutely. How do you see Catterall Foley going as Jack has been out for 15 months? I mean, Catterall, yeah. I mean, that's a weird situation, wasn't it? It's like Jack Catterall, he was on the shelf for quite some time looking for that rematch with Josh Taylor. And he signs with a boxer, doesn't have a fight, then signs with a matchroom. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yo, Rico. Looking forward to Bournemouth, my man. I'm expecting 75,000 interviews from you, my man. One channel for content and one for personal stuff like music. Okay. I don't know, bro. I wouldn't have blocked you for no reason. It wouldn't have happened. Yeah, Rico. I kind of got that you meant live, not love. Sconia's wasn't a heavy knockdown people make out. People jump on the bandwagon like it was removed from YouTube. Well, there's a Harold Sconia's interview up on YouTube somewhere where he says that the bell and actually saved Deontay Wilder, and so did the referee. So, Border Fury garbage. I think everyone is. Yep, absolutely. Just in an interview where Lion King Fury is saying, "Well, undisputed fight with Usyk, and Usyk can run, but he can't." Ugh. You see what I mean? Does anybody actually believe Tyson anymore? Does anybody actually believe this man in order to say, yeah, he's a genuine guy. He's a good guy. He tells us everything. He wants to fight everybody. No place, no matter, nowhere, no how. I want to fight everyone. He don't, does he? He just doesn't. He's one of the reasons why a lot of people turn off boxing and go to MMA. It's all negative about Fury. I mean, Fury can turn all that around, can't he? All Fury's got to do is go fight Usyk and be reasonable in the split. If you want to give him 70-30, okay, we'll do a rematch clause. Give Usyk 70-30 if he beats you. If you don't, if you want a one-off fight with him, then do a reasonable split. 70-30 is not a reasonable split. Big up Flow State. What is this organisation that sanctions all of the Misfits fights? I think it's DBA or PDA or something like. Yeah, I don't know. But one good thing about them is that they reviewed the KSI Joe Fournier thing and actually overturned the decision to a no contest. That is something that no sanctioning body out there would actually do. The British Boxing Board of Control would never do it, so at least these guys are doing it. So maybe keep them in the pocket. Maybe we can turn them into pro boxing. Why not? Jack Jonesy, you are the biggest Tyson hairy-ass rimmer there is. But hello anyway. Big Mitch B. Whisker, where are you? Okay. Hello, Stuarty. When AJ fights Wild, I'm putting $1,000 on an AJ stoppage. I'm super confident AJ will stop him mid to late round. Super confident. Yeah. I mean, my thing is that the later the fight goes, I worry for AJ. I worry because as the fight goes on, AJ gets more sloppy. And AJ and the Wilder, he's always got that one-hit quitter, isn't he? He always has. So if I'm AJ, I'm hitting him early doors and trying to get him out there real quick. Triple D, a real fighting man. Don Charles, iron sharpens iron. Yeah, exactly. Let's hope that it's a really good partnership between them. Right, is the dummy boy. Dude, you got a dummy in your mouth. What's wrong with you? If AJ wasn't blowing your back out, you wouldn't call it. You would call it how it is. AJ is finished. Fury is a coward. Whyte is washed. Wilder is restarted. Joy, Sang, and Usyk are the real deals right now. That's why nobody would ever come to you for boxing talk, because that's ridiculous, mate. I ain't biased. Fury fangirl said Tyson would destroy a prime Mike Tyson, even though Fury won't risk it with someone the same weight as Mike. Exactly. Joe Kazagi and Mike Tyson, South Wales, Matt. Joe Calzaghe, is he the greatest fighter that Britain's ever produced? Hard question now, isn't it? Hard question. I know people like nostalgia, of course. People go back, like, way back, way further than what I possibly could. But in my lifetime, possibly Joe Calzaghe could be. If not, maybe Lennox Lewis. What do you think? Rosie Mason, I don't think Fury will box again. I think he'll hold a bit hostage for as long as he can, outspite, then retire and go over to WWE. I'd like him to do something. I would. I'd like him to just do something. Something other than talk. You know what I mean, Rosie? I really would. Oh, bro, Calzaghe is criminally underrated. Mate, Joe Calzaghe was phenomenal. Okay, so it took him a while to get there. It did. He did fight a lot of cans. He did. But once he got there, he really showed up, didn't he? Jermaine Franklin, yeah. Jermaine Franklin, Jack Jonesy. Now, because you like to hang off Tyson Fury's ballsack with your mouth, Tyson Fury said, even before the Dillian Whyte fight, that Jermaine Franklin, because of course he was in the gym with him sparring and training, all that kind of stuff, said that Jermaine Franklin is one of the top fighters out there. He's a serious contender. But AJ, who beat him, is garbage. Dillian Whyte, who beat him, is garbage. Mate. Praying for Wood to KO Lara, yeah, the weekend, but I feel like Wood will get KO'd quicker this time. Yeah. I like Lee Wood. I've always liked Lee Wood. He's a really nice guy. Ben Davidson as well. Spoke with Ben Davidson briefly a few weeks back here in Newcastle. Good guy. He called me, what did he call me? The Northeast Guru or something like that, is it? Or something like that he called me. Oh, because you reckon Fury will fight Big Baby Miller? Both dudes bark. Listen. Well, I mean, Miller, he's not ranked in the top 15 at the minute, so he can't. But there again, the WBC will bend their own rules, such as when Wilder fought Tyson Fury for the first time. Fury wasn't in the top 15, but suddenly he appeared, didn't he? So, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Miller and Dillian Whyte, to be honest. Why not? I feel Eddie Hearn is taking Whyte for a bit of a ride. Yep. It seems as though he doesn't value him at all. Why is he stalling his career based on move for Joshua? Yeah, I agree. And, I said it before that I don't think Dillian should be waiting around for him. Don't stall your career waiting for Eddie Hearn and Joshua and all that kind of stuff. Go do your own thing. And if that means fighting on a Queensberry show or a boxer show, however, just do that to keep busy. You can't keep waiting. I know White is loyal, but it seems forced to in a position where it doesn't seem to be valued. Yeah. I mean, Dillian is always going to be second fiddle to Anthony Joshua. That's how it's going to be. I mean, Eddie Hearn always said that, well, he said quite recently that Anthony Joshua could fight Dillian Whyte before he goes and fights Wilder. That's him saying Dillian Whyte ain't going to beat Anthony Joshua. So that kind of shows the value he's got for him. I think Don Charles trainers Ian Lewison, a heavyweight. He did great with Frank Buglioni. Yes, he did. So I can see him helping Dubois. Somebody needs to help Dubois because there's something about Dan Dubois, especially in that last fight with Kevin Lorena. The fact that he took a knee 3 times in one round, very lucky that the referee didn't stop that fight. There's something not right with him. It seems that he can give a punch but can't take one. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong because I like down the bar. Big old unit though, big old unit. I mean, I said hello to him in Bournemouth and in Cardiff. He's a big old unit. I mean, in Bournemouth, I had a conversation with him. He's just that I was walking towards the bar, and I don't drink, but I was just going to get like a Coca-Cola or something, and he was coming away from the bar, but he came away from food, so I had to stop and back off as he walking through, like a big tray full of food. I would have stolen a chip, but I thought, best not. What's your opinions on TalkSport boxing output? How they cover boxing? Also, what do you think about Sky not covering his own boxers, though they're also a news outlet? It's difficult, isn't it? Because Sky seemed quite salty that Eddie Hearn left them. Maybe rightfully so, because Eddie Hearn, he did string him along for a long time, saying how he's going to extend the contract, but ultimately he didn't do it, did he? So I can see it from that perspective. TalkSport have got people on their platform talking about boxing who don't actually know boxing. They don't. Gareth A. Davis, he don't know boxing, does he? Simon Jordan, he don't know boxing. So where's the expert there? Adam Catterall, again, he's an MMA guy, like Gareth A. Davis is an MMA guy. But Spencer Oliver, okay, but again, he only knows so much. And I like Spencer Oliver, by the way. He's a really cool guy. But when you've got people working on TalkSport who have other jobs, like Aid, whatever, he works for DAZN, so he works on TalkSport. How can he be objective when you're talking about matchroom fighters and other fighters? How can you be? You can't be, can you? So anyway, Simon Jordan is good value for entertainment, that's for sure. Men's boxing should learn from women's boxing. Women fight each other. Exactly, Jesse. Exactly. Yeah, I'd like to see Whyte fight, see where he's at. Exactly. Needs to be busy. Actually, I'll message him. I'll see if he wants to pop on. Hey, here's something for you all. So, some of you who will follow like boxing in the way that I do, some of you would have seen probably 2 months ago, there's a 10-0 fighter called Tommy Welsh, right? He's a heavyweight. A little rat face. He's the son of Scott Welsh. Now, Scott, he was good back in the day. He was British champion, all that. But Tommy, he's 10 fights deep. He's about to have his 11th fight this weekend, right? And he called out and says he wants to fight Johnny Fisher next. He wants to fight Stephen Robinson next. He wants to fight all these, that, and the other. Okay, so anyway, Stephen, or via his manager, Mark Rosell, contacts Sky and says, listen, if that Tommy's serious, let's do it. Bournemouth, 27. So like this weekend. So this was a few weeks ago. Now I only found out a few days ago about this, that, there's like text messaging back and forth. Tommy Welsh ducked Stephen Robinson, ducked him. So it's all that powder talk. And what he's going to be doing next, this weekend, is fighting a guy, it's Tommy Welsh, 10-0, he's about to have his 11th pro fight. He's going to be fighting a guy from, is he Romanian or something like that, called Amin Bushketa, who's 7 wins, no knockouts, 6 losses. But this guy, I'm supposed to take serious when he's messaging me saying how he wants to fight Johnny Fisher and how he wants to fight Steve Robinson. He beat him easy work. He's fighting this pudding. Guy's a joke. Guy's an absolute joke. Anyway, heavyweight unbeaten lineal champ. Don't hate the white man, haters. What? Whatever. Joshua down to light welter versus Khan. Huge. Right, I'm way behind the chat, so sorry guys, I'm going to skip right the way through. Right, I'm going to go towards the end there. Have you ever thought of starting a podcast and having guests on from the boxing industry, such as fighters and pundits, etc.? I reckon we'll recapture ourselves these interview White YouTube channels. I used to do that, Cameron. I used to do that. Well, kind of. It's like I do a live stream here for example. But beforehand, I'd message like certain fighters and whatever else, and they'd join. Well, let me text. Let me text a couple of people. Who should I text? Who do you want to see on? We'll see if anybody's free. Let's text Dillian. There you go. So I've sent Dillian a text. Anyway, Bellew. Oh, I don't have Bellew. Can you text Ty and Booth? I've got his number actually. I do. Let's try this one here. Yeah, we'll see if Dillian does. Dillian's not very good at reading his WhatsApp. In a sec. I'll message someone else. I'll message a couple of people. I won't say who they all are, just in case. There you go. Message him, and I'll message one more. We'll just see if someone's going to come on. Shall I message? No, I won't message him. Shall I text Dennis Hobson? Al Siesta? Ben Shalom? Oh, what about Dean? There you go. Message them too. Let's see if anybody responds. Okay. True Geordie. Oh, I don't have his number. Although I speak to a good friend of his in Lawrence Osueki. He's a good guy, he is. Bring in Steve. Well, I interviewed Steve a couple of days ago. I interviewed him, and I cut it in two parts because it's like a 20-minute interview. And I thought, you know what? Nobody wants to sit down and listen to like 20 minutes of an interview. So I cut it in half. I put the first half up on Saturday, and the second half was up earlier on today. So you can go check out that one. Oh, we could have someone. We could have someone. Oh, someone's responding. Nick Webb. I haven't spoken to Nick Webb in ages. Any on Dillian Whyte's fight? No. Still waiting, mate. Still waiting. Best ever boxing commentator is... Ooh, that's a tough one. Glenn McCory? I liked him. I did. Adam Smith? Adam Smith's good, man. I miss Adam Smith. Here we go. Right, people. All right, we have a guest coming on. I haven't spoke to him in a while. BG London, what's up, my man? Hope you're good. Okay, here we go. Right, peeps. Dean Whyte. Yo, Dean, how you doing?
What's happening, my man? You good?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? How's everything?
Listen, things are as good as they can be, you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Can't complain. That's it. Can't complain. It is what it is. We just gotta crack on, you know what I'm saying?
Indeed, you have. Oh, by the way, big up to your promotional shows lately. You have brought on, say, for example, like a Prince Patel on Leaps and Bounds, my man.
We're working. We're working. We've got some new boys coming in over the next couple of months, and obviously Prince is doing well. We've done really good with Prince. We've got some good stuff coming up for him. So yeah, we're just working, you know what I mean? It's all about the process, you know what I mean? I just got him trying to work and get him training in the gym, putting in his extra shifts. That's what I want from him. You know what I mean? The extra 5%, extra 10%, and I'm sure we'll see more of a more clinical, more sharper, explosive Prince Patel, you know?
Well, I mean, I remember like a couple of years ago, him and Sonny Edwards and all like these kind of fighters, they were looking real good for him, weren't they? Are they still on the horizon at some point? Obviously, Sonny's world champion now, of course.
I believe so. But man, look, when you're talking about a man like Sonny's IBF world champion. He's been up there for a minute, man. I think he's, right up the top with the other top guys. Is it Martinez or something? Is that the guy he's trying to fight? And there's another little killer in there as well. That's
Bam.
Division,
Bam Rodriguez.
Yeah, he's another little monster. So I mean, for all British dust up, absolute belter when it comes in terms of marketing, entertainment value. But right now, we got to give Sonny the respect. He's been up there, done it, box abroad, box at home, and he deserves to be right at the top of the table doing what he's doing. But Prince has got a lot of work to do, but I'm sure when he gets his opportunity, it's going to be good. I think it will be good for the fans in terms of them getting an entertaining press conference from both guys. And Prince has got to go out there and fight outside of his skin to beat Sonny, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's a great fight down the line. We've got to do what we've got to do to get ourselves the title first. The Isaac Lowe fight's there because, as you can see, there's a lot of what's the word? Controversy at the minute. There's lots of shoving and pushing and pulling and tugging those guys. I don't know. So them man's got that real beef going on. So I think in a couple of fights, those are the fights what we're going to have. And I mean, the Sonny is the cream at the top there waiting if them not can get on, because that's another mouth-watering fight that's gonna get the public interest, especially with two mouthpieces. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Or if not, maybe Charlie Edwards.
Maybe. But at the minute, for me though, Charlie doesn't really have anything to offer. He's not got no titles. He's just a very good, solid campaigner with nothing to offer in that aspect. They don't really have a rivalry like Isaac Lowe and him has got at the minute. You know what I mean? Not to say it's not gonna materialize. He's very good as well. He's another one that's very good. But at the minute, I mean, if you want to get the biggest fights, it will definitely be more Sonny in terms of branding and where he is at the table. You know what I mean?
Why not? Are you still promoting Steve Woodall?
No longer working obviously, I saw that he fought the other day.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about.
No. He fought the other day. He had a hard fight there. That was a very, very hard fight in terms of, that was the guy was countering him really well. I don't know. He seemed a bit tentative to, attack and so on, waiting a little bit too long. Was getting countered a bit, but I mean, it's a good fight. He's been out a little while as well, and that's the first time on the big stages. So he was caught up in the 7th hour to make a run in Poland, and he went there. He got the win. So an ugly win is better than a pretty loss. So credit to him just to do that. But if he wants to mix it with the real top boys up there, he's gonna have to come a little bit better than that, though.
I totally agree with you. And when's the next show, mate?
Next show is June the 10th, back at the Tollworth. Going to have another packed, stellar card. Then we've got June the 25th, All In Nightclub, Maidstone. And then we're back at Tollworth, July the 29th. So we've got stacked. And then we've got August as well. That's a, memorial charity thing for my son.
Yeah.
Boxing, expo with the boys. September, November. We're just continuing. We've got a busy year, as we've had anyway, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, it's good times.
Now, I see some behind the curtain stuff when it comes to small hall shows. I mean, you guys have to graft for very little return, don't you? That's the reality of it.
No, it is. I think we found a little niche. We managed to get the balance of entertainment and great fights. But you're right, it's a tough place to be, to get anything out of the picnic basket.
Well, yeah, that's it. And when are you going to come up to Newcastle? When are you going to give Matty Jobs or Mo Pryor on that call to come up here?
You know what? I remember we was talking about this a little while ago. But who was I talking to from? I'm actually. But there's a kid from Leeds. Is Leeds there? Not really near. There, is it?
Ain't too far. It's North Yorkshire.
Yeah, Yorkshire. Okay. Do you know, I've never been to Newcastle. I need to come. I heard it's one of the best. Got the best boxing fans and so on and so forth. Oh, and your guy's from there. The one I was saying I'd help. What's his name again?
Oh, Joe Laws.
Yeah, Joe Laws is up there, isn't he?
Yeah.
He needs to come into the Black Box training camp now, make that guy animal,
Yeah, I told him.
Get back to some good wins,
Yeah, no, that's right.
I was literally just explaining to someone, man, it's about this. It's the right. You need the right mindset. Some, a lot of boxers, I don't know, they wanna get everything, but they don't want to put the work in, because maybe they don't have a fight day or anything, or this ain't going correct or that. I understand life is difficult anyway at the moment. It's at different times, but this game, you got to give it your all, and you need to stay ready. You can't get ready for something. You need to stay ready if you want to be the best at something in 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 months later. Because if truth be told, trying to get one camp to rectify and change everything is not going to happen. It takes a gradual time. If you're doing S&C, to transfer yourself into an explosive, fast, or body change and so on, fast twitch muscles and so on and all that, and technique, even with coaches. As you can see, Joshua now wants to fight because he wants more time with his coach. As Dillian wants to fight more because of Buddy McGirt. They've only had one fight together. You need that gelling process, you know what I mean? So all fighters need to, guys, when they're saying they only get ready when they've got fights, it's absolutely insane. It's madness.
It is.
So all the training and hard work they've done for that camp gets undone, and then you got to do all the. It's crazy. That's why Floyd Mayweather always used to stay ready. You know what I mean? He's never caught out of shape. I know it's a hard thing to do. I get it, but I agree that you want to keep at least 80% in shape, keep yourself a fine-tuned motor, and then obviously build on your foundation, build on that infrastructure brick by brick, and then get yourself into the best shape you can and try and keep that shape and just continue to chip away and mold it, you know what I mean, into what you want to be, the best version of yourself.
I totally agree with you. Now, you mentioned your bro Dillian. What's up with him? What's happening?
I don't know. I spoke to him I think the other day, to be honest, but he's just ticking over. He's doing as we say. He hasn't got any fights, but guess what he's doing? He's grafting.
He's training. Yeah.
Nothing inside. And it's frustrating because I'm sure he is frustrated, as he's mentioned a couple of times. But he's still chipping away at the brick. He's still chipping away, sweat, blood, tears, chipping away, and trying to keep the motivation, keep the dream alive, keep everything purring, because what do? Do you switch off and just live a life eating?
That's
Maybe
right.
he doesn't drink alcohol, but some fighters drink alcohol, and then what happens to you? You get out of shape, you get out of song, you just lose that momentum, that swing. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. You don't want to be too far from the direction you're heading in if you want to compete with these elite boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's just ticking over, training 2 times a day. Like I say, look, he's not even fighting.
No, that's
You know
right.
what I mean? And that's what these elite boys do. They keep themselves on song, ready for action when it does come.
Boxing politics suck, though, don't they? I mean, I've seen it with like a Dillian. I mean, like a Dillian was angry probably a couple of weeks ago. He was proper angry. He was that he weren't getting a fight. This is what he was telling me.
Yeah, and he's still bloody angry, because obviously he's in a position where obviously these guys are all talking about fighting each other in a tournament. So obviously he's now got to assess the line and the situation to figure out where he goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's right. I mean, what do you make of?
That can be a daunting prospect also.
Oh, it will be. I mean, what do you make of it when Eddie Hearn says that Josh will be fighting Wilder in December, but he may have a tune-up fight beforehand, and maybe Dillian? Is that disrespectful to Dillian?
Very, very disrespectful. That's what I say, and I've been saying that to people when I've done interviews recently. I think it's very disrespectful to suggest Dillian is the gap filler. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dillian is a gap filler, and that he's someone that Joshua is gonna have a fight with in the interim. It's ridiculous, because by no stretch of the imagination, trust me, it's not gonna be an easy fight for Joshua. Dillian is no one's filler or in between in terms of Dillian's gonna try to ruin that party 100 million %. So, it doesn't. I personally wouldn't suggest it. You need to keep your eyes on the prize, because if you go in there half cooking this thing and thinking you're going to go in there and get this win and go on to greater pastures, you're just in for a rude awakening.
That is very true. And if Dillian's ever going to be up for one fight, it'll be that one, won't it?
Absolutely. He's chomping at the bits to get that fight, because he believes that Joshua's on the way out.
And what's your take on the whole Fabio Wardley Fraser Clark situation? What's your take on that?
That was a strange one, wasn't it? It was a very strange one in terms of those guys, obviously campaigning, the 258 guys campaigning with the board to get preferential treatment, to push their man up front, and they got everything. The board conceded in everything they suggested and pushed forward, and then for them to falter at the line was a bit strange. And then obviously Ben saying that obviously he hadn't called for this and so on. It was a bit bizarre, because obviously clearly we saw them talking about it, and they were trying to bring this fight to life, and then they turned around and implied that there wasn't. They didn't ask for a shot at the time. They didn't ask for this, and they clearly did, because they were talking about the fight being made. They wanted to bring it onto Sky, but then when obviously everything was said and done, they said this is going to be the biggest payday of your life. And then obviously Fabio said not a chance. That offer was, because my last fight it was a bigger purse offer. So there was a lot of backing and throwing and things that didn't make no sense. But look, in the end, it didn't get made, and it's a bit a shame for the fans, because that was an interesting fight that everyone was looking forward to. But personally, I felt the only thing I'd say is I felt like Fraser was getting a bit of a rubber the green in terms of getting the opportunity, because Fabio's 16-0 and only got to that position recently. I felt like Fraser should have had more other tests. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To say he should be fighting, because what is he, 5 or 6-0 or something like that?
6-0, yeah. And he's only had 1 8-rounder.
That's what I'm saying. It's a bit disrespectful. Not him per se being a disrespectful. I mean, he's obviously, maybe you could look at it 2 ways. His team believe he has the beating of Fabio, so you could look at it that way. But I believe he should do it the right way. He should have other tests and test himself and build himself to that process. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like if he had 10 fights, maybe you could look at it. You know what I mean? Because then he would have been able to have an 8 and a 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's true.
And there's loads of fights out there. I think even if you try and look, I think I don't know. Favio's fought. Who's the guy Favio fought? What's that guy's name? Gorman. That was a good test.
Oh, Nathan Gorman,
yeah.
Go
and fight Gorman then. He should go and fight Gorman and test himself like that. Test yourself with Gorman. I don't know, other guys that you can build and, you know, maybe they can look at and say, oh, who beat who better? You know what I mean? Go back and fight some of the guys that Favio's fought. And then, then you got a case. You start beefing and you're kind of slowly building. Well, I knocked this guy in 2 rounds. You knocked this guy in 4. You know what I mean? It starts to build the case. And you're getting experience at the same time.
That is very true. Well, I see that Fraser Clark's fighting Marius Wack next.
That's a good test.
Yeah. We'll give him a few rounds, won't it?
That's a good test. No. We'll definitely give him a few rounds. Marius Wack's a tough old boots, man. I don't know what he's got left in the tank, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see. But the Marius Wack we know, he's just got a chin of steel. But obviously, he must be how old is he now?
He's got to be about 40 now, isn't he, surely?
Yeah, it must be 40 something, I guess. But let's see what he's got left. If he turns up, it's definitely going to be an interesting fight. Big, tough kid, iron chin, good jab.
Yeah.
He knows how to use the ring, been around the rope. I think the only person I know that got a stoppage somewhat was Martin Bacoli, wasn't it? No?
Martin Bacoli and I think Arthur Spilker actually stopped him,
Wow.
Something like that. I'm not sure. Okay, what do you think of like a Fabio versus say David Adelaide? I know that you know David Adelaide.
Yeah, I mean it's a good fight. It's definitely a good fight. I feel David Adelaide's he won a title there. What title was that he won the other day?
There's some WBO European thing, some Queensbury kind of belt that they come up with.
Oh, you're too funny. You answered the Queensbury belt. He said a WBO European. They do get a lot of guys fighting for that for real. The WBO, they got the real link in the WBO to pull the belts out of the real ass crack.
Mate, it's mad, isn't it?
But look, hey, listen, credit to them, mate. They probably built that fucking WBO. Frank probably owns it.
Yeah.
That's what I've been told. You shouldn't listen to hearsay, I guess.
Wow. That is true.
But I mean, David Adelaide is, he looks nice in that fight with that big old lummox he fought with that slip body shot. That was a really nice, cute bit of work. I've seen him. He's someone who's taking his career seriously. I bucked him down in Delray's gym in Miami, Florida, and he's down there again now. And he gets down there and puts his work in. He's a man about his business. He's trying to work. He ain't trying to mess around. People who put their money where their mouth is travel abroad and want to become better and learn and apply themselves in the sport. You get what you put in out of anything. That's just what it is. I mean, it's a hard fight for both guys. I mean, as you see with Favio sometimes starts a bit slow, but once he gets tagged, that's when the lights really come on, you know what I mean? But it's not a game. Heavyweight boxing is not that kind of game you want to fuck around and find out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, fuck around and find out, boy. You don't want to do that because you could go to sleep before, and then the lights are really off. Hey, nobody's home. The lights are off. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You bastard.
That is very true.
So I think it's a dangerous game. I think it's a great fight. But yet again, for me, no disrespect to none of these people, I think these other guys need to build and get to their position. Fabio, like I said, has been winning and doing it the hard way because no one gave him anything. He came from white collar and made a name and built himself a tremendous fan base, and he worked with Ipswich Football Club and become one of their ambassadors, and they were talking about doing a show there and better things. If I was him and I was those guys, I wouldn't personally be trying to put my fighter in with most of them guys. That's just me personally, because as a business, I would say it's quite a dangerous thing to do. I'd want to probably maybe say to myself, let me build him to world title level straight away. I don't need to give you a hand up for you to eat at my table. That's what I'd personally look at.
And he's ranked number...
So
Senator Fabio, he's ranked number 14 in the WBA.
You see what I'm saying? So I personally want to match the fights, get him a European title, whichever one that is, and then after that European title, he just moves on and then he's at world level and try to see if they can position him to maybe fight Daniel Dubois. That's the steps you want to do.
There you go.
You don't want to fight all these hard guys. It's not necessary you punch through the brick wall in front of you to get to that. Sometimes it's about chess moves to strategically put yourself in the right place to get. Daniel Dubois didn't face anyone to get to that fucking belt.
No.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mad, isn't it?
Look, this is all in-house. He should fight David fucking Adley. How about that?
Oh, yeah. I agree. Well, you mentioned Daniel Dubois. What do you think of him linking up with Don Charles? Your old sparring partner.
I don't know. Look, obviously, you know, what they say? A bad workman always blames his tools, you know?
Well, yeah.
You know, like moving around, I don't know, is it the trainer? Is it the fighter? Who is to blame when you continuously move around? I don't know. It's a strange one. Sometimes people just don't gel. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's a move for him. Don Charles has trained a lot of heavyweights, and he still has a few heavyweights, so maybe he brings some experience that, but really, I think there's a lot of work to be done with Daniel. He's had good basic fundamentals. You know, he's got to work on stuff, a little bit more head moving. He's a bit too rigid. You know what I mean?
Do you think he should swerve the Usyk fight?
It's a big payday. Hell shit. Why is he going to serve that bitch?
No, I agree with you. I think he should take it, but it's unlikely he's going to win it.
He's going to get paid. He's not going to get no other money like that. He's going to get paid.
Yeah. That is true. That is very true. Okay, then. Well, to finish off with, so what's happening with like your next show? How you doing with tickets? And of course, let's briefly mention Babbage. What's happening with Babbage? You spoke with him?
I haven't spoken with him. You know, I was really sad. What happened to him?
He's a good guy.
You know what I mean, obviously, I was rooting for him.
He's a really good guy, Babbage. Nice guy.
No, he is. Babbage, look. I'm not, to be honest, yeah, man, I was quite fuming with that, what happened to him. Hopefully, you know, he comes back and he's in the right frame of mind and whatnot. And I don't know, man, I think he just got caught cold. He came in about 15 pounds too light. I don't know, there was so many factors in that fight where, you know, maybe he tried to box, he got a new coach. Mate, it was all just left.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame.
You know, he'll be back, man. I'm sure he's got the right mindset to come back and figure it out. You know what I mean?
I totally agree with you. Okay, so what's happened with your tickets for your next show? How are you doing with your ticket sales?
No, tickets, listen, we always have packed shows, man. You know, obviously people, to be honest, don't start buying till in the last half of people don't really start buying until the last couple of weeks anyway. But, you know, fighters sell good tickets. We sell tickets. Sell tables. So we always end up with a packed night. So I'm quite looking forward to this one. We've got a good card. I think we've got about 11 fights. If it holds together, we've still got about 2.5 weeks. We've still got one slot left, actually. I'm actually looking for someone to, you know, if they want to fight and they want to get out, if they don't sell tickets and they got a sponsor that wants to cover their, you know, purse or whatever, then they can get on the show. We've got one spot left, so yeah, it's all good. What happened to our kid who came down from up Newcastle? I liked him. Didn't he lose or something?
Oh, Callum. Yeah. Yeah, Matt McCallum. Yeah, he's going to be defending his area title against Adam Heppel in next month, actually, at the Stadium of Light, the Sunderland Football Stadium.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who did he lose to?
What was his name? The guy who fought Lyndon Arthur last time.
Oh, but ain't that the same guy that fought Steve Woodall?
Could be.
That guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same guy, man. That fought him on short notice.
Boris somebody.
Yeah, I think that's the same fella.
Yeah.
He was pretty decent.
Yeah. Oh, mate, that was a hell of a fight with him and Matt McCallum. That was an absolute war.
Is it?
Oh,
I need to watch it online or something. I need to find the link for that.
yeah, it's on my channel, on the live on that one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a hell of a fight. That was a hell of a fight. All right, Dean. Listen, man, I appreciate you.
Man, thanks for having me on as always, my bro. Man, appreciate it. Big up yourself, big up the fans and whatnot. And yeah, just if you want, make sure people tune in on June the 10th. They can watch it on the Black Box Global YouTube. Subscribe, follow the journey. The Black Box Global Instagram page. Just highlight what's the transition and the growth, man. Appreciate y'all.
Well done, mate. You guys are doing fantastic over there.
Thank you very much, my friend.
All right, buddy.
Appreciate it, yeah.
Thank you very much for popping on. Well, take care, man.
All right, bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye. All right, everyone. So that was Dean Whyte. Give us an update on his next show. So I said, go check out their YouTube channel to watch their fights live and exclusive. Bit of an update about Dillian. Obviously, Dillian is frustrated about things going on. He gives an update on what he felt about the Fabio Wardley Fraser Clark situation and other bits in that as well. So it's always good to get someone on, isn't it? It is. We should try and call someone else or message somebody else. Who should we message? Peter Fury. No, actually, I'll leave that one. I want to do an exclusive with him. Phil Jeffries, William Howe, Babbage. What do I call Babbage? All right. You've got to have a short interview. Oh, thanks, man. How's the audio on that? Because I know sometimes when you do like a live streams, excuse me, the audio from the phone, even though it's clear for me, distorts a little bit when the computer picks it up. Call John Fury. Can you give us a rough number how much Tyson Fury told you to pay for an interview? Well, it wasn't actually him. It was the Gold Star, whatever they're called. Those people. Yeah, they asked for a lot of money, man. Ridiculous. Okay, the audio was okay. Okay, cool. John Fury with roid rage. Big up, Bill. Call Tyson. Call Tyan. Oh no. We'll get like a lot of trouble, won't we? We did. I was going through the phone to see who might actually be. So when I click on their name, I'll see if they're actually online on the WhatsApp. I could see that Dean was. So that's why I messaged him. Dillian still isn't. Tony Jeffries? What about Jordan Reynolds? Excuse me. Let's see if he's online. No, he's not on. Got Declan, Troy Williamson, Ted Cheeseman, Zach Chelly. I'll mention a couple of people. I'll see if somebody wants to come on. Sporting versus G-Man, Hatman versus Counterpunch. The winner takes on Southpaw. Southpaw, what's that? I'm a Southpaw. Yo, yeah. Now I haven't been reading up on all that, but I heard that he's left the show though, hasn't he? That Schofield fella. Call Scar Nicholson. I don't have her number. I've got Ebony Bridges' number. Mark Tibbs. Would he be up for it? Anthony Fowler. O'Hara Davis. Ishe Smith. Right, so I've dropped out a couple of messages. I'll see if any of them pick up. Okay. So what's that? Southpaw 773. He's the biggest troll. Oh, I don't know him. Don't know him. Is he a chat on a platform? Is he YouTube or is he Instagram? What is he? Didn't Fury call out Usyk like 30 hours ago and then wants to fight Australia? Fury will change his mind. He'll wake up tomorrow and call out someone else, I tell you. Honestly, he'll probably wake up tomorrow thinking he's in bloody New Zealand or something and say, I want to fight in New Zealand. John Fury. I haven't got his number. Oh, I wouldn't want his number. Is Cheesy due a fight? It's got to be, ain't he? I mean, it's been forever since he fought. It really has. Prime Froch versus Prime Canelo. Oh, mate, Canelo hurts him badly. It does. Thought you'd be watching Nuka. Hey, yes. What I remembered. I need to be. Wow, totally forgot. Wow, hang on. Let's check the update on that one. Hopefully they aren't losing. Because if Newcastle get a draw, then they're qualified for the Champions League, which would be fantastic. Scores and fixtures. Here we go. 0-0, 0-0. Come on, boys. Come on. How are you, man? 0-0. See, that's why I was better off doing this live stream than watch the football. 0-0 so far. I'm better off talking to you lot, speaking with Dean Whyte. And so I'm just checking to see if anybody's going to be calling. Maybe get April Hunter and Savannah Marshall. Would they? No, it's probably last minute. Georgia O'Connor. Callum Johnson. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Just asking people out the blue, yo, you want to jump on a live and have an interview? when I haven't spoke to some people in quite some time. I'll leave it. Call Kel Brook about the Ben scuffle. I ain't got Kel Brook's number. I haven't got his number. Savannah. Well, yeah, Savannah would be great, but I mean, I don't have Savannah's number. I've got April. So they could be in the gym right now, actually, in the gym together. I don't know. You called your dog Raiden. Yeah. Goro. Oh, really? Mortal Kombat. Yeah. Okay, so my eldest husky, he's 18 months, maybe 19 months old now. He's called Raiden. And yeah, he's named after a Mortal Kombat character. Not because I named him, but because my son did. At that time, my son was really into Mortal Kombat. I mean, he still is a bit. I mean, Scorpion's his favorite character, but he wanted to call him Scorpion. Like, you can't call a dog Scorpion. So he came out with Raiden. And Goro was the original boss, wasn't he, in the first one? No, he was the co-main boss, wasn't he? Yeah, Shang Tsung was the main one. Newcastle all over Leicester since kickoff. Oh, have they? Oh, that's good. As long as that Newcastle don't lose, as long as Newcastle at least get a draw, that's fine. That'd be good. Do I have Hearn's number? No, I don't. Can I do a poll? Do a poll on what? What, a poll on who to call? I've got Fraser Clark's number, but I haven't spoken to him since the Olympics. You see, because it's quite late, obviously, like a lot of people are getting into bed now. Josh Lever, yeah, Fraser Clark. Who's there? Got Mickey Theo's number. You want him on? A poll on who to call. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I don't. Well, I mean, I'll just send them like a WhatsApp text message, and then they'll just respond if they want to come on or not. It'd be nice to get Dennis Hobson on. I've never interviewed him. I only spoke with him via like WhatsApp. I've never actually interviewed him. Yeah, but he won't do it. Not last minute. I know. I'll see if any of these other ones want to just pop on. Fabio, I interviewed him a week or so ago, so be a bit soon to bring him on. Maybe. No. There you go. Well, I messaged a couple of people. I'll see if anybody responds. If not, I'm gonna go catch the second half of Newcastle. Get Bob Arum on again. Yeah. Bob Arum it's like a Bob Arum. It's like he said, yeah, okay, we'll do an interview, but it then goes through his corporate people in the background. Now you've got to put in an official one. You can't just text Bob Arum. You've got to do this. Like, fucking hell, man. Have I ever met AJ? No, I haven't. I've never met AJ. But again, you see, AJ's team. I don't know if he's still with him. Bell, like the guy who's in charge of his media, said that we'll arrange interviews and whatever else. And I was given the runaround for like the longest time. But it never really came off. So no, I've never got to speak with AJ. Never have. Ring girls, get rid of them. What's the need for them? Waste of space, honestly. No, definitely not. Don't get me wrong. I mean, ring girls for the most part are kind of like cheesy. They are, but you know, it's better than not seeing anything in between. I don't mind watching like women walk around the ring in between rounds. It's fine with me. Yeah. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised. Bring Calla Sowland on. Yeah, well, I'm supposed to be interviewing him this week, but I don't know what day, what time. They said next week, so I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, hang on a second. Got Callum. Yeah, I've just responded. Yeah, where was I? Johnny Fish is probably eating Chinese. Yeah. Oh, I could do with Chinese. I'm actually hungry. I haven't eaten anything yet, you know. See, my wife's not here, so I kind of like forget to cook. Isn't that weird? Get Tyson on, guaranteed to boost your viewing figures. I offered him. But I said his management team wanted to crap load of money for me to interview. This is before I trolled him. They wanted a lot of money. A lot of money. Now, that's not Tyson's fault necessarily, because obviously he probably didn't know anything about it. And Ben Davison said, yeah, you don't be doing that. We'll arrange it. So like Ben Davison was going to arrange with Tyson for me to interview with Tyson and obviously with Ben and that. Ben's a cool guy, by the way. But then obviously Tyson then went with like Sugar Hill. So I kind of missed the boat on that one. I did. Does Taylor beat Lopez? I don't know. Josh Taylor's been out of the ring for far too long. But Teofimo Lopez has looked pretty shocking in his last couple of fights. Honestly, right. Teofimo Lopez, I actually like him. But he's one of these kind of fighters, right, that would get knocked out in the middle of the ring cold, and his dad will say he got robbed. His dad is... Who's worse, John Fury or Teofimo Lopez Sr.? Which one's worse? For like dads living vicariously through their sons, Tyson Fury's dad or Teofimo Lopez's dad? Which one's worse? Have you ever interacted with Tyson Fury? Yeah, I have. A few times. When Tyson Fury was off on his runabouts for that 2.5 years, and right up to when he fought Deontay Wilder, just after he fought Deontay Wilder, I'll do videos and things like that, and Tyson would like retweet them on Twitter, but nothing since. Ever since he got that $100 million deal with ESPN, absolutely nothing. It's like the fame, the money, everything's just gone to his head. He won $500 million. Yeah, may as well be. Ring Shalom and tell him you will plug your show all week if he does an interview now. Yeah. You think John Fury's worse? Yeah, I think so. Has Savannah knocked out a man in sparring before? I have no idea, to be honest. I've never asked her. I've spoken to Savannah a few times at shows and of course on interviews, and it's a lovely girl, lovely girl, so polite, she really is. And on one day she weren't doing interviews with anyone, but she done one with me because I couldn't make it till like the next day. I was like, come on Savannah, come on, you know me. Oh, go on then. By the way, if anybody ever speaks with April Hunter, please ask April Hunter to do an impression of Savannah. It's brilliant. I love April. I love Savannah. Tyson won't ask for money. He's a people's champion. Yeah, there you go. See, a lot of people saying that John Fury is the worst. Yeah. I think KSI might beat Tommy Fury. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I'm not emotionally invested in that fight, but yeah. Tyson Fury is a ledge. Fury won 80% of the channel, yeah. Savannah sounds posh. She's lovely. She's really, really nice. Really nice. Call her. What, April? April Hunter? I might. Or message her. Hang on, let me message her. All right. Well, let me text April and Savannah. So I'll just message him. Right, so I'm going to message April. I'll see if her and Savannah are about. And probably won't be. It's a bit late. There you go. Right, I'll text. I'll see if they respond. It's a bit late to be asking people, but you hope KSI knocks out Jimmy, Imogen John's reaction to Jake Paul calling sparring partners. That was weird, right? Because I know some people who Tommy Fury was sparring for this fight. Didn't knock him out. Didn't. Of course, I don't know everybody that he's been sparring, so who knows? Sporting. Every time I watch a shot robbery, I have to have a break from boxing. Yeah, I think I'll be used worries by now, but I watched the Haney Loma fight yesterday and I felt numb. But yeah, it happens a lot and it's unfortunate. Something needs to happen because judges are just not held accountable. They're really not. It's terrible. It's terrible. It really is. Morning with rage and disappointment. Good morning. Mark Stewart, what do you do when not doing YouTube? Well, obviously I've got a family, got a wife, got kids, got 2 Husker pups, work and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, lucky enough, I can do work at home. My wife does work at home as well. Ever since like the whole COVID lockdown situation, people can work from home, and I think companies have looked at it and went, you know what, rather than pay for office space, continue working from home. So that's great. But I'm pretty much like a freelance, really. So I just do like pretty much whatever, just a family time. That's what I do. One of the judges in the Loma fight was named Cheatham or something. Really? Wouldn't surprise me. I've seen one of them scored it around for Devin Haney. Was it round 10? The clearest round that Lomachenko won. That guy scored it for him. Hey, it is what it is. Argis Vergas, I guess I hits harder than Chris Eubank. Really? Craig Richards, O'Hara Davis, B. Joe Saunders. Did he really? Idris. I like Idris, by the way, but I'm not sure if that's true. Sport and sliding in the DMs. No, I've got him on WhatsApp. I haven't been on Instagram or anything. Well, that would probably be an easier way. You know what? I'm actually trying to get Jay McFarlane. Oh, actually, I don't know if he'd be back by now. Super Sticker, the Weasel. Big up, my man. I can see a husky right there. I'll tell you, I love my huskies. I've got 2 huskies. A lot of you would have already seen both of them by now. I never wanted dogs. I never wanted them, but my wife and my son insisted. So, but now they're like my best friends. They really are. Does Savannah spar men? Yeah, she has done. She has done. I don't know whether she ever knocked any of them out, but you beat the judges by knocking them out. Yeah, that's what Tyson Fury does since he got robbed in Wilder 1. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That's the best thing to do, isn't it? Go for the knockout. Did she change his name? It used to be Tim Robbery. Would be surprised if KSI did. Yeah? I don't know. And I suppose with like KSI, because he doesn't have that boxing background, he's probably a bit more wild. So maybe he does generate more power. Maybe. But I had to laugh when I see that Joe Fournier is asking for a rematch. I mean, behave yourself. Behave yourself. Fury needs to fight soon. He needs to do something. Before KSI did. Well, if he knocked out Tommy. Oh. Yeah. Tommy's playing with fire, but at the same time, it's good money for him. You know, if you can go and make $1 million or 2 million fighting these kind of influencer guys, rather than go and make, say, 10 grand fighting for even an area title, which one do you do? But if you end up getting chinned by a KSI or someone like that, there ain't no coming back from that. Ain't no coming back from it. So he's playing with fire, but it's clearly worth a gamble, isn't it? Avalon, if Fury didn't make the Forbes list, then who got our pay-per-view money? Aram, Warren? Ooh. 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 You had to open that can, didn't you? You just had to. Promoter should drop dodgy refs. Well, unfortunately, the promoters, they don't get to choose. That's unfortunate because it's always the commissions that choose the judges. The promoters just, although apparently they have a say, but ultimately it's up to the sanctioning body and the commissions and things like that. Has anyone on YouTube ever interviewed yourself? Because all I hear is your voice, but I've never seen you. Yeah, they have actually. A few people have. Fighting Words, they have. I've been on camera with them. I have. Yeah, I have. Yeah, see, I always do it like behind the camera because I'm not one of these people. I'm not saying that everyone does it, not at all. But for me, I made a conscious decision because I used to go on camera in the very, very early days, but then I kind of like stopped because people were too focused on me. You know, what was my hairstyle like? Did I have a beard? Did I have a beard? And it's like it takes away from the content, which is boxing. Boxing's a content, isn't it? So come on. Come on, give me a call. What's the matter with you? Give us a call. Should I message Al Siesta? No, he probably wouldn't. He's a bit of a family man. It's possible Timmy ain't a durable. Jim, he got sparked by a 14-year-old. Fury needs to stop chatting crap and fight Usyk or Joshua. Totally agree. And if he doesn't, then Australia can keep him. Somebody remove Tyson's passport so he can't get back. All right, leave him out there until he agrees to fight Usyk. Yeah, because he's over there supporting his pal Joseph Parker in Australia. He says, "I want my next fight to be in Australia. I'm going to travel up and down the country to looking at stadiums." I mean, he ain't going to fill out a stadium in Australia anyway, but it's just nonsense. I mean, Joseph Parker could be fighting in Mozambique or Timbuktu or Lapland, okay? And Fury's like, well, I want to fight here next. You know what he's like. If you get chinned by KSI, you'll be laughed off life. Yeah, exactly. It's risky. Tommy can't go back 20k. No, exactly. He can't. He really can't. Tommy said there was 40 or 50,000 in the stadium when he fought on Tyson undercard. No, there definitely was not. Maybe 40 or 50 people when Tommy fought. Have you ever had a fight in boxing or just love the sport? Well, mainly, of course, I just love the sport. I mean, I've been watching boxing most of my life. The very first fight that I ever watched live was Barry McGuigan's final fight. Can anybody tell me who it is that he fought? Now, fighting in boxing, in the gym, yes, of course, sparring and things like that, but not in front of crowds as an amateur or white collar, nothing like that. No. Problem is that I was never committed enough as a kid to actually doing it. I did karate. That's what I did do, and I did tournaments with karate. But boxing, even though I love boxing, I couldn't take the body shots. I couldn't do it. So I had that quit in me, I suppose. Could the Saudis win a purse bid if Fury fight, but they don't have to fight in Saudi? They can have in the USA. Yeah, they can do. They could do. That's the thing. You see, I'm surprised it didn't happen when Wilder was ordered to fight Tyson Fury. I'm surprised that the PBC didn't take it to a purse bid. I'm very, very surprised. Much like with, say, for example, okay, what I mean is, right, so you've got, say, Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz Jr., they were ordered by the WBC, right? Now, the winner of that fight, obviously because they're both PBC, is then going to be mandated to fight Tyson Fury. So what they could do is not negotiate with Tyson Fury or just keep on refusing all the terms and say, right, we're going to go to a purse bid a stupid amount of money, knowing full well they ain't going to pay it, because all they've got to do is say, right, Tyson, you're going to fight Wilder or you're going to fight Ruiz in America. Oh, what? Sorry, what? You can't enter America? Oh, well, never mind. Give us that belt. So, yeah. And yeah, of course, the Saudis could do that as well. The promoters in Saudi Arabia, they can bid on any fight out there. Any fight. So any fight that's ordered that goes to a purse bid, they can bid on it. They can. It's no chance for Fury to fight the draft dodger or the vulnerable warrior. They wouldn't last 8 rounds between them. Oh. The draft dodger. I bet Alexander Usyk has done more for his country than what you ever have. Except maybe still benefits. Over 100 years ago, Australia would have kept him. Oh, you had to go there, Bill, didn't you? You had to go there. Fury wants to fight in Asgard. Yeah, exactly. Although he did say once that if he could fight on the moon, he would. You never watched the Barry McGuigan fight, really? Well, I mean, to be fair, I only watched his final one. Jim McDonnell. Very first fight I ever seen was Barry McGuigan's final fight where he got stopped by Jim McDonnell. I say stopped. The referee stopped it. And it was a Barry Hearn and Frank Warren show. It was, so... Yeah. Very first fight I ever watched. Good way to get Fury stripped. Nobody's outbidding the Saudis. Yeah, they could do it. They could mess him up if they wanted to. But Fury doesn't have a mandatory. He should have one by now. But he hasn't got one because the WBC are letting the PBC fighters, Andy Ruiz Jr. and Deontay Wilder, not even negotiate anymore. They just let them do whatever. PBC are a joke, man. And then in Narnia, yeah, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Over there in Narnia, that's where Tyson Fury should live, is in Narnia. Sounds like he's going to fight Dempsey McKean. He's talking about Australia. Yeah, why not? Probably say it's acceptable because AJ was linked with him. Yeah. I mean, Dempsey McKean's not ranked in the top 50 in WBC, but like anything, the WBC will bend their rules. So they could do. And I like Dempsey McKean, by the way. He's a cool guy, real cool guy. I interviewed him. Lovely man. Very, very lovely man. But he's a matchroom fighter. Would matchroom allow him to go to a Queensberry fight in Australia? Maybe. Maybe. For the 4-man Saudi situation, who would you put your money on? Okay, so we're talking, well, depends on what situation happens. Because at the minute, obviously, you got Joshua Wilder, Usyk Fury. So they fight each other. But it could be, if Dan Dubois does not fight Usyk next, it could be Usyk versus, hang on a second. Yeah, Usyk versus Wilder if Dan Dubois doesn't take the fight. So then we could end up having Fury Joshua at the end. I don't know. I think Usyk comes out on top, to be honest, in any kind of order. Don't get me wrong. Okay, Edison, I'm a Brit. I'll be happy for Brit won, but ultimately, I think that he could do it. Usyk fired a missile probes on Fury caravan, so he can't come out. Ooh. What's your prediction for the 3 shows this weekend? Talking about main events, I'm presuming. Conlon, he'll win. He'll probably win by knockout. No, scratch that. Points. Lee Wood, Mauricio Lara. I'd love Lee Wood to do it. I'm backing him all the way. I am. But I worry. And I think Lara may get to him again at some point. I hope I'm wrong on that one. I really hope I'm wrong. I think Mauricio Lara may get him again. Hope not. And Lawrence Okoli, Chris Bidham-Smith. That's tough. That's tough. That's a 50-55 for me, on paper. but it could be over in round 1 or 2. Whoever lands first, I think is going to win that fight. We're seeing Chris Smith. Well, I was there ringside for Chris Smith's last fight in Bournemouth. Obviously, my pal Stephen was fighting on the same card, and he put that guy into orbit. My God, he took his head clean off. He was out on the canvas, out. He really was. And arguably, you could say Chris Smith was losing that fight up to that point. But Lawrence Okoli, he's got that equalizer as well. Or he can be quite a boring fighter, hugging. I think whoever lands clean first is going to win that fight. Both of them got the potential to knock each other out. So, I don't know. Hard call, that one. Yeah, correct. It is. Fury struggled with southpaws. Yeah, he does. He really does, doesn't he? I don't see why the WBC would make the fight in the US with Fury Wilder. Most likely make Wilder come to his terms. Let's go to purse bid. But yeah, exactly. So if it goes to purse bid, then Fury has to go wherever the winner of the purse bid tells him to go. And if the winner of that purse bid says, right, Tyson, you're going to America, and he can't, oh well, you have to give up the belt, ain't you, mate? That's how it would be. But there again, there may be a legality in that one. They could call it something along the lines of unfair, which would be fair. Be a fair thing to say. Fury living in Hummer on the Russian border, facing Ukraine on his own. Bare knuckle. Although, didn't Tyson say that if Britain got involved in that conflict, he'll be first one, him and his dad would be first on the front line? Well, Britain are involved from a certain standpoint. The Saudis are keeping the site fees and purse bid secret now. They've succumbed to the cartel of... Every time that Avalon drops a comment on regular videos, every time he drops a comment, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love his conspiracies. And he knows I love his conspiracies as well. He's got a thing about, was it Disney, Bob Arum, Sky Sports, all that kind of stuff. I can't explain it the way that he does, but yeah. It does make me think sometimes, though. He does. If you were the Saudis, would you get revenge for Fury messing about like he did, played twice? I wouldn't have him, yeah. If he messed me about, if I was one of the Saudis and he messed me about the way that he did with them before, I'd be like, jog on. See you later. But they want all the attention in Saudi Arabia. That's what they want. So they're going to do what they can, aren't they? The US have had enough of Fury. Saudi Arabia is a viable option. That is exactly right. Respectfully disagree. Sporting, you still seem this clown more trustworthy than Wilder. With Fury, do I see Fury more trustworthy than Wilder? Yeah. But Wilder's just as bad, though. Now, Wilder's not as bad for lying all the time. I mean, he'd be terrible on social media, not for lying, but just clout chasing. That's what he was, clout chasing. Make a big song and dance how he's going to fight Joshua, how he's going to fight this one, how he's this, that, and the other. He's the baddest man on the planet. Never unified once. Turned down multiple offers to fight Joshua. Cherry-picked Tyson Fury and got battered. Robbed Tyson Fury to a draw. In the rematch, he got battered, didn't he? And ended up quitting in the corner. Then in the third fight, which nobody wanted to see, which turned out to be a good fight anyway, and again, he finished the fight on his face. So, karma is what that is. If the Furies are going to the front line, I'm going with them. You probably would. Oh, Tyson, did you get shot? Tyson, you got grazed. You twisted your ankle. Let me rub it better for you. As your hand wanders up between his crotch. You'd be his regular first aider, wouldn't you? I'd say we need to find a way to get Fury stripped. We need an undisputed heavyweight champion. I think if Tyson doesn't fight Usyk now, this year, I say this year, I mean, bloody hell, we're only in May. If he doesn't fight him this year, then yeah, he should be stripped of that belt. He has to be, doesn't he? Surely. I think Wilder might have a good chance to put Fury to sleep again if they fight. Listen, Wilder can punch, man. He can definitely punch. That's all he can do, unfortunately. What happened to Anna Smith? I heard he had a gambling problem. Yeah, I heard that too. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. And to what extent? I mean, at the end of the day, if he's got a gambling problem, okay, I mean, that's on him, isn't it? I don't know why you'd lose your job over that. I mean, as long as you're not betting on your own shows, I mean, what's really the problem? But if he has been betting on his own shows, they may start investigating to say, okay, well, what certain fights have been robbed, and try and link him to say that maybe he's been paying off the judges, the referee, all that kind of stuff. You don't know how far they're going to go. You don't. Like when Stephen lost to Shane Gill. That was a robbery, man. Watch that fight back. Wilder might beat Fury for the fourth time. It could do. And you know what? If Tyson Fury ends up fighting Deontay Wilder for a fourth time, as much as I don't like that twerker, Deontay Wilder, I'm actually going to be cheering on Wilder. I want Wilder because Fury should not be fighting for a fourth time under any circumstances. But if he does, karma, I hope Wilder chins him. That's what I hope. Caden Adam Smith, Sky got rid of. I don't know if he's actually been gotten rid of. I don't know if he's got rid of, or he's on like some kind of sabbatical or something. I don't know. Makes it excuse if Fury's compulsive. Yeah, exactly. So maybe Fury's worse. Yeah, Fury is worse actually. Yeah. Why do you not like Billy Nelson? Because he's a troll. He's a troll, and he's got extremely scary-looking, frightening nose hairs that no man should have, but he does. No, he wasn't in the corner for Nick Campbell when he took on Stephen Robinson last time out, right? Another trainer was in the corner for Nick Campbell, and Nick Campbell team was about to throw in the towel right as the referee stopped the fight. In fact, they were about to do it, the knockdown beforehand as well. But anyway, so now Billy Nelson is training Nick Campbell. So he says to me, get Stephen to fight Nick Campbell in a rematch. Like, for what? It's prospects. There's no belt on the line. There's no nothing. For what? I mean, what reason would Stephen have to fight Nick Campbell for? They fought. Stephen deliberately gave away the first couple of rounds to make Nick Campbell build up his confidence, and he got chinned for it. Nick Campbell got chinned, okay? Bounced around the canvas. So Billy is saying to me, I'll give you $1,000 to charity and all this kind of stuff. And then he's starting to get angry with me because I won't do it, as if I'm the one that's going to make the fight. I don't make the fight. I don't make the decisions. It's mad, isn't it? So, and of course, I don't like Billy Nelson with the way that he's running around, telling everybody how Martin Bacoli did this in sparring. Martin Bacoli did that in sparring. Then he interviews with Spencer Fearon, and he was like, oh, I couldn't believe that Martin Bacoli said that about sparring. Yeah, sparring should be kept behind closed. It was you doing it, you fucking slob. You know what I mean? It was him doing it before Bacoli was. Oh, nose hair, little swine he is. Anyway. Wilder, even though most of his resume is full of cans, but when he hits dudes, they're like, what the? Yeah. Nothing that reaction of AJ. Yeah, because Wilder hits you with speed. It's not power. It's speed. It hits you so fast that, firstly, you don't see it. It's that David Haye effect, like a David Haye used to hit people with such speed. It just renders people unconscious. And that's what's dangerous about Wilder. The fact that he can hit you from position in the ring that you don't think he can hit you with. Paul Merson is still on Sky. Was he leaving? Was he, Paul Merson? I used to like him as a player. I mean, don't get me wrong, okay? I mean, I was never an Arsenal fan or anything, but he was a good player. Boxing Wasserman should join force up with merged partnership work together. Well, they were, if you remember, when Boxer and Sky Sports first put their collaboration together. Wasserman was part of Sky. I don't know why they left Sky. I can make assumptions, but I don't know. But then they went with Channel 5. Now they've got to deal with DAZN and that as well. So, yeah. Do you think White beats Parker in a rematch? I was a big fan of Joseph Parker for a long time, and I still like him as a person. I think he's a bit of a yes man for Tyson nowadays. But Parker has lost his step. He's lost his mojo. He has. He struggled with Razvan Kajanu. arguably lost to Hughie Fury, lost to Dillian Whyte. Some people say lost to Derek Chisora in the first fight. Rematch, convincingly won that fight, Parker did. And against Joe Joyce, I don't know what he was doing in that fight. So I think Parker has lost it now. He's lost that killer instinct. What? And he kind of lost that killer instinct when he first became world champion. Before he became world champion, he was going at people. You know, he was going through people, looking for the knockout. But then he just seemed to turn to a pure boxer. And I don't know if Andy Lee is the right guy for the job, which kind of makes me laugh that Tyson Fury would recommend that Joseph Parker team up with Andy Lee, but he didn't team up with Andy Lee himself. So what does that tell you? Weird, isn't it? Why not? Why not? Unpopular opinion, AJ will beat Fury easily. Ooh. You're going to get some stick for that, my man. How's your lad sporting after the op? Hope all okay. Hey, thanks, Adam. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's all good. So he had his biopsy operation on Friday. That was horrible, that is. Do you know, like when you're kids, I mean, you know, he's only a little lad. He's only 10. And obviously he's been going through this condition for quite some time. And this is his second operation. First one, he had a biopsy on the left arm and a port put through into his chest so he can have fusions and that into it. This one was a fusion on the other arm, on the right hand. But it's more when they go to sleep. It's frightening. Do you know they give them that catheter thing? Not catheter, what do you call it? That injection thing in the wrist, on the back side of the wrist. And it's like they're talking to you, then seconds later they just pass out. It's like seeing your child. It's horrible. It's like seeing your child die in front of you, isn't it? It's like their soul leaves the body. Horrible, horrible. I mean, he was out for about 45 minutes to an hour. And that's the worst time. And especially when the nurses and the doctors and that, they're not giving you updates until he's actually awake. And then you can come get him and all that kind of stuff. It's horrible. But, I mean, he had his operation. So we got to the hospital at 7:30 in the morning. He had his operation about probably about 9:30, something like that. Then he was home by lunchtime. It's weird, but his right arm is obviously quite tender. It's quite sore, even though he's still playing. He's still playing his Xbox. Nothing's going to stop him playing Xbox or his VR headset, all that kind of stuff. But obviously he's got like big old stitches in that in his right arm and all that kind of stuff. So now he's spending the night in Leeds tonight, hotel, because he's got an early appointment at the Leeds General tomorrow morning to have more fusions. So he's all good though. Thank you very much. My mate's son just has spinal rods implanted. Oh, bless him. That's horrible. Yeah, spinal rod. Yeah, that's horrible. My son may have to have that at some point because of his condition. At some point, his spine will start to curve a bit, so they need to do something. Oh, that'd be horrible. How bad is Billy's nose hair? I'm blind, so I can't see them. Oh. It's like the Amazon up there. The Amazon. Now I've met Billy. I interviewed Billy as well in the hotel in Newcastle when Mark Piccoli for Kevin Johnson. And I'm interviewing him, and do you know when you try not to look, but you can't help it? My God. They're like alien spider legs or something. I mean, Billy, come on, mate. Just go to Boots, go to Amazon, however, go to Tesco's even, and get yourself a nose trimmer. Very simple. Boxer or sneaky? Glad your boy is all good. Thanks, bro. Thank you, my man. I hope you and the missus are doing well. We need to go on another ghost hunt at some point, don't we? Vastly approaching Halloween again soon. It'll be here before you know it. And anyway, I hope your missus is okay, and you guys can get editing the Halloween special that we done last time. That'll be great. You reckon Frank and Bob would admit Fury ducked if Fury... Oh, yeah. They will throw him under the bus. Without a doubt. And to be honest, I reckon that maybe he's winding down the contract or something with Queensberry, I wonder. Just so he can leave and go sign up with the Saudis or something like that, without having to give Queensberry a cut. Maybe that's why I asked for Frank Warren, for Bob Arum as well, to release him from the contract, just so that's one less mouth to feed if he fights Usyk in Saudi. Keep all that money. I'd like to see Jared Anderson versus Frank Sanchez. Yeah, I would too. Frank Sanchez is probably the most boring heavyweight on the planet. He is, but he's effective. So why not? But Jared Anderson, if he can get past Zan Kosabuski next, that's good stuff, man. Where does AJ's power come from? I don't know, because I haven't seen that power in quite some time, ever since he knocked out Pulev. Oh, I finished 0-0. Oh, well. That sucks. See, I told you I was better off doing a live stream of you lot, weren't I? Rather than watching that. Ugh. Finished 0-0. That sucks. Okay, let's have a look at the table, because I think that means that Newcastle qualify for the Champions League. Yep. Now it is official. Newcastle have qualified for the Champions League. And the question now is, will they finish third or will they finish fourth? Doesn't really matter. Champions League. Big up, mate. Big up. Those hairlights, see ya. Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible. I don't know how he can breathe, to be honest. I don't get it. It's weird, isn't it? If he messes them with the contract and leaves, then where does he go then? Just go to Saudi. Which I think that's what he was planning on doing anyway. Do you remember that social media post that he had? That he put out, but then deleted it? You remember that? I reckon he could have gone with Saudi. Won't be surprised. All right, guys, I need to shoot off. I've now been on here exactly 2 hours. Well, in 2 minutes, it'll be 2 hours. So for those of you who haven't... actually, let me remove that now with Dean Whyte. Earlier on in the live, I done a Dean Whyte. He joined me on this podcast, so go check out that part where he's speaking about his own shows, of course. What's next for Dillian Whyte, the Fabio Wardy and Fraser Clark situation, and some other bits. So go check out that one. Just wind back a little bit, or however. Was Hearn putting Gary Cullen with a Mexican with 30 KOs a doozy, mate? You see, people say things like Eddie Hearn matchmaking poor, putting him against the Mexicos, and I used to think that, I did. But nowadays, you have to remember, Eddie Hearn and his matchmaker are, which I forgot his name now. I've met him actually, but I forgot his name. Anyway, they put in Mexicans. Well, Eddie Hearn puts on shows in Mexico, so if the Mexican wins, do you think Eddie Hearn is really bothered? No. Not bothered at all. Gary Cullen losing? Well, it's just made that fella a big name, isn't he? Don't be surprised to see him on a Mexican show next. Why not? Billy and Bacoli exposing Dubois sparring disgusting. Absolutely. Not just Dan Dubois, but his other ones as well, like Alexander Usyk, like Joe Joyce, and all other kind of ones. And in fact, when Joe McFarlane was sparring Mark Bacoli, actually, I'm not even going to leave it. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to get Joe McFarlane on, and he can tell the story about what Billy got Mark Bacoli to do. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But again, with Martin Bacoli, say, dropping Usyk doesn't spar hard. If you watch the interview I've done with Stephen Robinson on... no, actually, it was on today's one I uploaded, because obviously it's in two halves. He speaks about sparring Usyk. And Usyk, he doesn't go for it in sparring. You know, because he's practicing, he's trying new things. He goes to the corner at the end of the round, and he's training his team to do something, and he'll come out and he'll try it. It's practice. That's what sparring is. As Martin Bacoli took advantage of that and dropped Usyk and hurt Usyk or whatever in sparring, and if Martin Bacoli is doing that all the time with sparring partners, why would anybody want to spar Martin Bacoli? For what reason? It's ridiculous. Martin Bacoli and Billy Nelson, pair of assholes is what they are. Are you getting anyone else on? No, nobody else responded. I messaged a few people, but I guess it's too late. In fact, they haven't even read the messages on WhatsApp. So, no, I want to end the live stream. That's 2 hours in. That'll do for me, I think. What a mate. I'm taking me plums and I'm off. All right, Jack. Take care. Take care. YouTube is ghosting my comments. Are they? Why? See, unfortunately, on this screen here, I can't see the ones. You know, the ones that are kind of like held for review and wait for somebody to release it. I don't have the option on this one. I have it on my phone if I go onto YouTube, but yeah, I don't know what's happening. No idea. Maybe YouTube's doing something. I don't know. The old cannula in the hand sporting. I had a procedure a couple of years ago. We had fentanyl as painkillers. It's just really, wow. It's amazing though, isn't it? You know, it's like they give you like an injection. You're like, oh, it's all right. And like literally not even 30 seconds later, you're out. It's like my son woke up 45 minutes to an hour later and didn't realize that he'd had it or even been asleep. Although the first time he had that operation, he was out for about an hour and a half. He was because he had that port in his chest, which links to the heart. And he woke up and he didn't realize that he'd had it all. And he's like, I want an injection. Give me an injection. I want to go to sleep. He didn't know he had it. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. All right, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well. Thank you very much for joining me. What's that? YouTube goes to my comments. That's why I copy and paste everywhere. Sorry if it's annoying, guys. Isn't that strange? I don't know why they're doing that then. Because I can't see the ghost comments. If I open up my phone and I go into the live stream, into the Hangout part, I'll be able to see it and I can release it. But because I don't have it, I don't see it. So sorry, Avalon. I promise you it's not me. I promise you it's not me. All right, everybody. Make a plan for a haunted place. Yes, definitely. Definitely, my man. Let's do that again. Did people see Bob Arum telling Limerick? Yeah. Yeah. Bob Arum, man. All right, everybody. Good night. God bless. All that kind of good stuff. Who wins, a Cody or John Cena? Oh, mate. John Cena with the F5, whatever it's called. Whether Jeremy would be fireworks next. I agree. Let's get that fight on. Why not? All right, everybody. Thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate all of you. I know it's a short notice one. It's a Monday night. Nobody's about. So thank you very much. Good night all.